Hot 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley. It's Romeo. All right, let's get going here with some of your text messages. What did you send me? Romeo, my husband, and myself are friends with another couple. Been friends for years. Godparents to one of their kids. We follow each other on Snapchat. Well, that's your first problem. You follow each other on Snapchat. You know Snapchat's for cheaters, right? But recently, the wife for the couple friends got a mommy makeover and looks good, but she started posting almost nudes. I told my husband to unfollow. Fair enough, right? He said no because they have been friends on Snap for a while, and it will look wrong, but her content changed. Am I being bitter or reasonable? Well, here's the question. This will tell if you're being bitter or reasonable. Do you hang out with them in person? And when you hang out with them in person, how does she dress? So if she's dressing similar to the way she's Snapchatting, and yet you're still okay with your husband being around her and hanging out with her, then I think you're being unreasonable. You're being bitter. But if when you're hanging out with them, she's dressed more conservatively than she is on Snapchat, then I don't think you're being unreasonable. Your husband doesn't need to see her half naked. But that's a tough one, man. I mean, I've been in Bakersfield a long time, man, and people who are, I've noticed in Bakersfield, and I don't know if this happens in the rest of the world, but in Bakersfield, people that are close friends have seen a lot more of each other than, I guess, people who are not close friends. I'm not saying I'm not saying having sex or anything like that. I'm just saying that, yeah, I've seen some things with close friends that are just, and I'm sure you have too. I'm sure a lot of you know what I'm talking about. So, are you being bitter or are you being reasonable for him? You want him to stop following her and looking at her half-naked photos? That is a very good question. All right, 842-547-7. Your husband said he didn't want to because it wouldn't look right. Which he's right. It wouldn't look right if you just stopped unfollowing her, especially if you've been friends for years. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Is he attracted to her? Is your husband attracted to her? Have you thought about getting a mommy makeover to compete? Romeo, it's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley. It's Romeo. So I got this text message from a woman, and she says, hey, Ro, my husband and myself are friends with another couple. Now, we've been friends for years. We are actually the godparents to one of their kids. We follow each other on Snapchat, but recently the wife of the couple's friend got a mommy makeover. Looks great or looks good, but she started posting almost nudes. I told my husband to unfollow her. Fair enough, right? He said no because they've been friends on Snap for a while and it'll look wrong, but her content changed. Am I bitter or reasonable? I think you're being a little bitter because you're friends, and I'm assuming that I'm assuming that you guys are around each other in person. If you're such good friends, how does she dress? I'm guessing that she's got a mommy makeover, that she's dressing differently also in public. She's not just being almost nudes on Snapchat. She's probably dressing much sexier publicly too. So you might be a little bit bitter, but I don't know. And 842-547-7. Hey, Romeo. What did you say? Hey, Romeo, that's why I've always said once couples have friends, all the friends need to be around the same attractiveness. That way you don't have any problems with someone looking better and somebody else's husband looking too hard, or vice versa, somebody else's wife looking too hard. That's not a bad idea. When you friend up, you should friend with people who are the same attractiveness as you. That way your husband or your wife isn't looking at somebody else's husband or wife, especially, if they're friends that hang out all the time, you do stuff together. That's not a bad, it's not a bad theory, my friend. Not a bad theory. RD4254 7-7. So are you being bitter or reasonable? You asked your husband to stop friending close friends of yours on Snapchat because she got a mommy makeover. Now she's posting almost nudes. Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you might be a little bitter. I mean, you might be a little insecure at this point. RD4254 7-7. It's Romeo. It's Howdy 4.1. Howdy 4.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. I just got this. Romeo, my husband, and myself are friends with another couple, been friends for years. Godparents to one of their kids. We follow each other on Snapchat, but recently the wife, she got a mommy makeover and looks good. Started posting almost nudes. I told my husband to unfollow. Fair enough, right? He said no because they've been friends on Snap for a while. It'll look wrong, but her content has changed. Am I bitter or reasonable? RD4254 7-7. Hey, Romeo, the woman who sent you that message, she's just insecure about the fact that the friend now looks good and doesn't want her husband looking at it for some reason. Does she think her husband is into it? A little too close to home, I think. So she is being bitter and unreasonable. Yeah, but I get it. You might be right. I mean, you guys are friends. I don't know what, yeah, I don't know. What do you think's going to happen? Do you think you don't want your husband you were okay with him looking at your friends when she was what? Was she fat? She got a mommy makeover. Now she looks good. So you don't want your husband looking at her. Are you still going to be friends with them? Because from my perspective, if you want him to unfollow her on Snapchat because she's posting almost nude photos now, then are you still going to hang out with them? Alrighty, 4254 7-7. Yo, Rome, that could be a problem. Some women think they're more attractive than they really are. What do you mean? The girl who got the mommy makeover thinks she's more attractive, or the wife? I don't know. If you're friends with people for years, do you really see them that way regardless of whether they get hotter or not, or whether they lose weight or get bigger boobs or get a mommy makeover? I mean, how does that work? I don't know. RD4254 7-7. I mean, how close of a friendship do you really have? If you're godparents to one of their children, it sounds to me like you have a pretty close friendship. So why would you be concerned about whether your husband sees her half nude on Snapchat or not? I don't. He hasn't seen her half nude in real life. Romeo, it's Hot 4.1. Hot 4.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. All right, so someone's lady sent me a text message. Apparently, she's been friends with couples. So here, I'll give you the lowdown. Romeo, my husband and I, myself, we've been friends with another couple. Well, apparently, the other couple's woman, the woman of the other group, other couple, got a mommy makeover, and they're friends on Snapchat. So she started posting almost nudes. So she asked her husband to stop following her on Snapchat. Good morning, Nat. What's going on?
Hey, Rome. Good morning. It's your girl, Shadiva.
What's up, Shadiva?
I just called to talk about the topic this morning.
What up? What do you think?
Very interesting. Okay. So they've been friends a long time, godparents to one of the kids. Okay. I really don't think that she's being, I don't think it's an insecure thing. I don't think she's being unreasonable. First of all, the husband's job and responsibility is to secure his woman. So if she's feeling any type of way, it's easy just to click that button and just eliminate the problem. Because this is going to brew, and it's going to turn into something.
Okay. All right.
Simple. So, and another thing, not only he should unfollow her, if we've been friends that long, I'm going to tell my friend why I told my husband to unfollow you. Well, you dragged me. You're doing 10 too much.
See, Go ahead. You're right. But that's what I'm saying. That's where we get into the weeds a little bit about if we've been friends this long,
Right.
why are we just talking about a superficial social media site where we want you to unfollow? You're telling me she don't dress half naked when you go out to dinner with them? Or when they
She do. She probably do. But I'm saying, if that's been your friend that long, I'm saying, girl, listen, I know you got your new car, your new makeover, your new fender, your new bumper, and all this stuff. First of all, but what does that transmission look like? Somebody stole that Cadillac converter, though. How many miles is on that thing? My grandma had a saying, what you willing to show, you might be willing to share. Okay?
Out of 4.1, the Rhythm of the Valley's Romeo. So I got this text message. Rome, my husband and I and myself are friends with another couple. Been friends for years. We're actually godparents to one of their kids, right? Well, we follow each other on Snapchat, but recently the wife got a mommy makeover. She looks good, but she started posting almost nudes. I told my husband to unfollow her. Fair enough, right? He said no, because they've been friends on Snap for a while and it'll look wrong. Not just on Snap, but you've been friends in real life, you know? What's the difference between seeing her half nude and, maybe she doesn't dress half nude around you in real life. Okay. Do you think I'm being bitter or reasonable? Good morning, Al. What's going on?
Okay, so my question is, so are you getting the mommy, because I always thought mommy makeovers are to make yourself feel better.
Okay.
So are you doing it to make yourself feel better or to start drawing attention to yourself from other men?
Well, let me say this and I'll ask you this question. Drawing attention from other men is a way to make yourself feel better, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so maybe both?
Yeah, but I think if you start doing that, then you're still insecure.
Well,
Does that make sense?
but to be honest, yes, absolutely. Don't you think anybody who does something like that out of insecure reasons is going to be insecure regardless of whether they look better or not? The insecurity's not going to go away?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. That's my question. I mean, because I've always thought, and I'm not saying that all women are the same, because obviously they're not, and they do it, just
Sure.
I guess not right reasons, but I mean, I train to
Well, here would be my question to this wife. She's not just sending these photos to your husband. She's putting it out there for the world to see. So do you really have to be concerned on whether your husband's still following her or not on this social media site?
No.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know, because and it didn't even have to do with pictures or anything like that. But I had something happen to me, and it was a friend of a friend, and this girl started coming around, and next thing I know, my boyfriend's messaging her.
Oh. Well,
I know I'm getting kicked out of the house, and he's with this girl.
But here's the thing. These people say they have been friends for years. They're actually the godparents of one of their children. So, I mean, if you've been friends for years with another couple, you can't act like you haven't not seen something or know more about what's going on. Friends in Bakersfield are real weird. I know a lot of friends that have seen a lot of their friends' wives' boobs and a lot of stuff out there, okay? So it's not...
I might be one of those women. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, Lord.
Oh, that's funny. All right, well, thanks for calling. I appreciate it. Bye. I mean, I'm just going to let you know from what I understand and my personal experiences in Bakersfield, having close friends, knowing people who have been close friends for years. Yeah, you've seen almost nude. It's not a big deal. Almost nude is not a big deal between friends, okay? Nude from the top up. Sometimes not a big deal between friends. I'm just saying. All right, 842-547-7. Throw me outside 84.1. Out 84.1, the Rhythm of the Valley. It's Romeo. All right, I missed you guys. What time is it? 6:18, 6:19, 6:18. I missed you guys with the text message this morning. Hey, Rome. all of these Frankenstein creations has me saying it's alive. Oh, come on now. There ain't nothing wrong with, a little work being done, to look better, to help you out. Rome, the chick who's arguing about the mommy makeover is just mad she can't get one. She's probably broke. Well, what are you supposed to do, man? What are you supposed to do? It happens all the time, especially now that you got all these weight loss drugs and all these women who were once bigger, who were talking about, oh, it's great, have found an easy way to lose weight, and now they look great again. And so they're showing off all their skin, and they're back to, dressing promiscuously because, well, they can. What are you supposed to do? You're supposed to just, allow your husband to, look at it, watch it? I don't know. RD4254-7-7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valleys. Romeo, RD4254-7-7. Earlier, we were talking about a couple, I guess. This lady was saying her and her husband had been friends with this other couple. Well, so they would follow each other on social medias, hang out together, whatnot. And the wife of the other couple went and got that mommy makeover, got everything done. So now on her social medias, she's dressing a lot more promiscuously, showing a lot more skin, proud of her body now. And the wife was mad because she didn't want her husband following her and looking at those photos anymore, which makes sense, right? This text message right here, 84254-7-7, Rome. I can't stand all these women out here going out and taking that Ozempic or getting plastic surgery to look better. Why can't they just do it the old-fashioned way, work hard and eat better? They act like they are better than everybody else because they look good now, but they didn't put in any work to get it. Okay. So, it seems a little harsh to me, but if whatever it takes for you to get where you want to be. I mean, does it really matter how you get there? Whether it's a surgery or whether it's a weight loss drug, or you think you're better than somebody else because you put in more work to get the same body? I mean, that don't make sense. But all right. RD4254-7-7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1. The rhythm of the valleys. Romeo. RD4254-7-7. Hey, Romeo. If we're talking about weight loss. Somebody just texted and they were talking about how they think that these people who are going out and using these weight loss drugs or maybe getting plastic surgery to get their bodies right or tight again, that's fake, and that they are the person didn't like it. They thought that they should just do it the old-fashioned way, go work out at the gym, right? Well, not everybody can do that. RD4254-7-7. What'd you send me here? Hey, Rome, if you pay for it, you worked for it. I mean, you think you're better because you got your, because you went and hit the elliptical every day for an hour a day. You think you're better than the girl that just went and got the, Manjaro, or that went to got liposuction? I mean, I guess you do, huh? If you work for it, if you can pay for it, you worked for it. There you go. I think whatever you got to do to get where you want to be and however you got to get there, I guess, is all right with me. One person's not better than the other. RD4254-7-7, Rome. That guy that called mad about plastic surgery is mad because he probably got a torta. Well, maybe. Well, I don't know if it was a guy or a girl. I mean, normally, just everybody's hating on everybody, right? You're a hater because somebody looks as good as you, and you actually had to go to the gym and put hours of work in, and they just went and got it done at a hospital or a doctor's office. I mean, why you hating? Just everybody be happy that they look good again, or whatever. Or look how they want to look. RD4254-7-7. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1. The rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. RD4254-7-7. Rome. People are so judgmental. Doesn't matter how someone chooses to get healthy, just as long as they do. I would agree with that. I mean, there's just so many haters out there, man. And social media has made it even worse because you can hate on people without even acknowledging who you are. You can hide in the shadows with your keyboard and say whatever you want with no accountability whatsoever. So that's the other thing. Why don't you guys just ignore it? Who cares? But I guess I'm in a different position because I've been doing this show so long. I've heard it all from people about how they hate me and this and that, and I'm stupid, blah, blah, blah. Nothing affects me. But then again, nothing ever affects me because I don't care what you have to say. All righty, 42547-7. So anyway, do whatever you got to do to get healthy. You know? The only thing you shouldn't do is once you lose weight in whatever capacity that is, don't start judging your fat friends and telling them that they now need to do what you did because maybe they don't want to. Maybe they're happy with who they are. So that's the only thing that I will say about that. Good morning, what's going on?
Finally, Romeo, sign me up.
For what?
For the PGL.
Oh, I can't sign nobody up. You got to call Keith.
Man, I'm the perfect candidate, Romeo. I was miniature golf champ 2 years in a row.
Yeah, I'm sure. You are the perfect candidate. You are absolutely right.
My wife told me, hey, call him. You wake up with gas every morning. Call him. You'd be perfect. Exactly. You'll be out there putting all day. So sign me up, Romeo. Raider Dave's the perfect candidate.
All right, Raider Dave. Later. Yeah, Raider Dave can't play golf. It's like a real golf. It's like a real golf thing. All right, you guys got to understand. We really play golf. We compete for money and scores and things like that. But it's fun, man. It's a great time, man. Everybody has a good time, though. All the guys that do it, though, are fun to play with. Drink some beers, play some golf, have a great time. All right, 842-547-7. It's Romeo outside of 4.1. Hot 4.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. All right, 842-547-7. What did you send me here? Yo, Rome, you're totally correct. There's a lot of keyboard warriors out there. Well, yeah, that's you know how that goes. That's why there's two things I'm taking from the internet nowadays. One, you don't know what's real or not. It's hard to tell what's real, what's AI. And two, why the hell would you care what somebody says about you that you don't know? Unless it's your mama telling you something, your dad, your brother, your sister, your best friend. I mean, why would you care what some clown on the internet writes about you? Why would you care? So stupid. RD42547-7. It's Romeo outside 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. RD42547-7. What did you send me here? Hey, good morning, Rome. This is Seahawk Lou. Would you like me to send you like to my GoFundMe to help raise money for my Seahawk tattoo and our Super Bowl ticket in about 2 weeks? Since they're like $6,000 each. Let me know if you want the link or my Zelle or Cash App. Yeah. Just when you think Seahawk Lou can't be more obnoxious and make himself sound like more of a moron, he finds a way. He really does. I mean, how many of you have a friend that you feel bad when you make fun of him because he does such a great job on his own? And I don't even think he realizes how bad he makes himself look every time he talks. I mean, it's just embarrassing. But he doesn't even know. I don't know. Maybe Seahawk Lou knows what he's doing. Maybe he's an evil genius, and he's created this idea of stupidity around him because that's what works for the attention he wants. Maybe it works for him. Maybe he's a lovable idiot, and everybody just loves Seahawk Lou to death. But my God, every time this guy talks, you don't even have to make fun of him. You just got to sit there and watch him talk. He's doing it all on his own. Romeo, it's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. What time is it? 7:08 right now. What did you text me? He says, hey, Romeo, I got a tattoo designed for Seahawk Lou. Oh, and then he sent me a picture of a tattoo. Hold on. Let me see what this tattoo is. That's pretty funny. I'll post that up there for you guys once I figure out how to save the photo. But yeah, It's a photo for Seahawk Lou for his tattoo for when the Seahawks win the win the Super Bowl. Let me see. I'll put it up on I don't know, whatever the social medias are. I'll put it up for you guys so you guys can see it. It's pretty damn funny. RD42547. It's on 94.1. On 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley's Romeo. All right, it's time. It's Thursday. We got to talk to Michael Bean, the Marriage Family Center. Marriage Family Center. You go 661-327-5100 to talk to this guy. Or you check out Psychology Today. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning.
Wow. What's going on, Michael? How's everything going?
Well, everything's moving forward. Seems like everybody in the family's healthy, and I don't know. I'm running out of things to complain about.
Well, then let's complain about the fact that these stupid people won't fix their relationships.
Well, human nature is so diabolical. You know, we get in a disagreement with somebody, and all of a sudden it feels like life or death, and we end up in this huge struggle with this person that we care about. And afterward, we just shake our head like, really? What was that even about? And yeah, it's just human nature, and it's really neat to have been a part of so many people figuring out how to overcome that tendency.
You know, I wanted to ask you about, Michael, we were having this conversation the other day about people trying things. When we decide to spend the rest of our life with somebody, marry them, and then things change. You may not have been able to experience some things when you were younger, and maybe you want to try it now. I mean, maybe you want to move. Maybe you, I know when you talk about this stuff, it has to do with sexual things, but like we were having a conversation yesterday about it, and this lady said, hey, me and my husband have lived in Bakersfield our entire lives, and we have, he may have an opportunity to move to another state for a job. He kind of wants to take it. I mean, when you look at something like that, you go, well, should we try it? Or when it comes to things like that with couples, what do you do? I mean, whether it be something in the bedroom or something you want to try outside in your relationship that you've never done before, and your partner's not really there to be supportive of it.
Yeah, I think you keep talking, you keep seeing how comfortable you can get with what would make both of you happy. You know, sometimes it feels like it's got to be either my way or your way. And very often there are other ways that we haven't thought about just because we're trying to solve the problem our way. So keep the conversation going, but don't let it get heated. If it's getting heated, it's because you're trying to win or not lose.
Yeah.
And that's not going to get you anywhere in the conversation if you're just trying to win. What is that? Okay, so I shut you up. Okay, now you go away and you're upset, and I feel like a victor. But I also feel, like a big jerk. So if we could learn to actually communicate with each other, to talk and listen, to get creative and think about, I wonder how we could maybe make a trial run toward that. If it's something sexual, it's like, how could we sort of do a role play that would kind of be like that, so that we could just kind of experience it without it going too far for me, kind of thing.
Well, it was crazy that we had this conversation yesterday, because I just a couple of days ago I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was telling me how he's given his wife and his family everything they wanted, and his wife wanted to live in a certain neighborhood here in Bakersfield. They found it. He finally he finally worked up his way to where he can afford the neighborhood, and the house just got too small for him, for the things that he wanted to tinker with and do. And so he wanted to move to another place, and he just told his wife, he said, hey, look, when is it my time? I've given you all of this. You got what you wanted, and he said, is it ever going to be my time to get what I want? And she just looked at it in a different light, and they're very happy with what they're doing now. But that seems like just the best way to have a conversation. But when you talk about making it a competition, isn't that what we always do?
Too often, yeah. Too often. It's like, well, I'm not going to let you win. I'm not going to take a backseat to you. So it turns into this power thing instead of this, hey, you know what? We share a life together. Let's see what we can do to try to make each other as happy as we can without kind of just giving up things that are important to us.
So, how do we get there?
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, there are techniques and the little techniques that you can literally practice to get yourself closer and closer to that kind of conversation. So if it's at the point where, hey, we can't even bring up, should we put bananas on the shopping list without it turning into World War III, then you have a long way to go, right? But you have to practice. You got to take these small steps of talking and listening respectfully, of noticing if things are kind of starting to get a little heated, and then turning down the temperature. This is what I have coached many couples to do. And like I said, it's just been super gratifying, just knowing that there are families that are not getting so hostile so much.
All right, Michael Bean is here for the Marriage and Family Center. I want to expand on that here in just a second, Michael. 661-327-5100. Marriage Family Center. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. It's Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. All right, Michael Bean is here for the Marriage and Family Center. Marriage and Family Center. That's 661-327-5100. Or you go to Psychology Today and you check them out. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning.
I want to talk about this whole idea of being selfish in your relationship as it pertains to one of the biggest things people say about a good relationship. Oh, you compromise. You got to compromise. You got to compromise. But I think when I hear compromise, I think that means you're giving up something so they can get what they want in some aspect of whatever that compromise is for you. And comes across as a little selfish when you have somebody that's always compromising under this whole justification. Well, I love my spouse and that's what they want, and I'm going to just do it because I'm a good partner. Right, Michael?
Yeah.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
if you're, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Michael.
No, I was just going to say, if you're compromising all the time, then by definition, you're only getting half of what you want.
But we justify that to ourselves, right? To make us feel better about only getting half of what we want.
We do. Yep. We think we're in a great relationship, and it's my turn, or it's her turn, or his turn. Okay, if you want to do it that way. A lot of times that turns into scorekeeping, though, and then we never think that our half is fair. We never get the big half. You always get the big half. So when you're keeping score, you don't keep it fairly or not objective, and then that usually falls apart.
And that's what I was going to ask you, Michael. That seems okay a couple of years in to a relationship. But after you're in, is this how we get to the point where some of these people, some couples are having animosity toward each other? Because we're talking about years of only getting half of what you want when that wasn't necessary. And now you feel like you've been slighted in this relationship, that you've been justifying it to yourself for X amount of years. And now you're starting to go, well, wait a second. All these years, even though I said it was okay, now it's not okay.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I think we can look back and have regret and resentments, and but I think we're a lot more likely to do that if our needs today aren't being met. So if you're in a really fulfilling relationship, you're not going to look back and kind of go, yeah, but I sure gave up a lot for it. You're just not. You're going to be like, it was totally worth it. But if you're in a relationship where your needs aren't really being met, yeah, you kind of start looking back and it's like, meh, for this.
Well, let me ask you this, Michael. Let's say we've been together for 20 years, okay? And there's something that you really want that, your partner, I'm going, no, that's not, no, right? Well, I've compromised for 19 years, and now there's something I really want to stand on and go, no, this is something, that I really want. You should be understanding. And then do you start to look back at the 19 years and go, wait a second, I've been accepting this for all this time, and now I want this, and you can't accept it, and now we have an issue? Is that, I know you don't like this word, Michael, but is that fair to say, well, I've accepted it all these years, so yeah. I've set the precedent of what's going to happen in this relationship?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, you were using the word compromise, but then you describe something that's not compromising at all. If you say no, 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 and I'm like, no, okay, then I'll hold off on that, and that happens for years, no compromise happened.
Okay.
That was a veto. Now,
Okay.
every partner in a relationship needs to have a certain veto power. You've got to be able to put your foot down and just say, no, I'm not going to be comfortable having an ostrich in the house. That's just, that's just not going to work.
Yeah.
There's going to be a line that you can draw that's just like, that's not okay with me. And every relationship's going to have those lines that you draw. But the problem is, you got to use them really selectively. You got to be really careful when you draw those lines. Compromise is more like, we grew up with German Shepherds, and I'm really going to have a German Shepherd, and my partner's like, oh, they just scare me. I don't want big dog. I don't want a big dog in the house. We didn't grow up with dogs. So the compromise is, okay, well then I'll get a Chihuahua. And it's not really what I want completely, but it's a little bit of what I kind of thing. That's the compromise. Sure. Okay. And maybe I'm happy with the Chihuahua. Maybe I really didn't. Maybe I just wanted a dog, and it doesn't matter the breed so much. But that's kind of the compromise. But again, that's not a very creative solution to that. Just getting a smaller dog isn't a very creative solution. That there is probably a way for this couple to figure out how the one who wants the German Shepherd can have one in a way that's okay with the partner, in a way that's perfectly okay, not just a compromise for the partner either, but in a way that kind of it meets both of their needs. And that is what you're always looking for. You go for that, you live for that, you keep talking about that, you get creative around that, you stop trying to win, and you start trying to kind of go, how can we both win?
All right, Michael Bean is here, the Marriage and Family Center. It's 661-327-5100. Michael, think about this. Is there always a solution? Let me rephrase that. Is there always a positive solution for a couple to both get what they want? Think about that. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley. It's Romeo. All right, Michael Bean is here, the Marriage and Family Center, 661-327-5100. Good morning, Michael.
Well, good morning.
I just forgot what I was going to talk to you about. I just said it too, about thinking about compromise, selfishness, fighting, disagree. Oh, is there a solution, Michael? That's what I was going to ask you.
Okay.
Is there always a positive solution for a couple to figure out for them to both get what they want? Is that too broad of a question to ask, or not?
I mean, it is so rare that there isn't that you might as well assume that there is. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You should err on the side of assuming that there's going to be an answer, because if you don't, you're going to have doubts in your mind, and then you're going to get into that win-lose mentality. So, I mean, it is just so much more often that there's a way that both can win that you don't even want to go to that possibility of, well, maybe this just isn't, maybe there's no way for it. Don't do that, because that's just going to discourage you. Well, yeah, absolutely. Think that there's always a way to win.
And based on that answer, when you think, I'm just thinking about a couple has been together 10, 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
If you've decided to make that commitment outside of some things that are just blatantly disrespectful to your partner, blatantly going to ruin a relationship, which you probably really shouldn't be thinking of anyways, most stuff I would think you should understand. Hey, they like to play golf on Saturdays. I like to go antiquing on Saturdays. Maybe, golf early, antiquing in the afternoon. I don't know. You figure something out. You always figure out, we'll go antiquing on Sunday. I'll play golf on Friday. Whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying?
Figure something out. Yeah, exactly.
You would think that if you had that mindset, okay, he's not trying to, sleep with 90 women and then still be my husband. He wants to, whatever, drive his boat around on Saturday, whatever the case may be. It's not something that is detrimental to our marriage. So why do we get so, I guess, competitive about it? Or we get, we dig our feet in the sand and go, you know what? No, you can't do that. Why do we do that, Michael?
Yeah. Again, this is this human nature thing. It's ego. It's things aren't going so well. So I am looking back and regretting kind of some of the things I've given up because I'm not happy right now. There's so many possible reasons why we might dig our heels in. And it does not make us look good. It just doesn't. It sort of paints us as this unhappy, unreasonable person. But we just feel like if I lose here, it's just somehow critical to me. I will die if we don't get the German Shepherd, you know?
I don't, but it's not that serious. Is it, do we make things more serious than they really are in our relationships, Michael? I mean, there are serious issues, don't get me wrong, but it seems like some of the things that we fight about as couples are not that serious.
It's so often it's not even about the thing. It's about the relationship. It's not that you're uncomfortable with German Shepherds and I want one. It's that you're telling me what to do. And I don't want, someone being the boss over me, or the other person thinking it's, I don't have any control over my house and I want to have a say and you're taking it all away because you're a bully. Or, so it's this perception you have of the relationship, of each other, of yourself, how you are in a relationship. All of this stuff is going on. It's not even about the dog.
See, but that, and does that seem wrong to you? I'm just going to stick with your German Shepherd scenario, Michael. I want a German Shepherd. I come home. My spouse goes, you're not going to dictate what happens here, so I'm going to dictate to you what's going to happen here. Now that doesn't seem stupid by both parties? Nobody's trying to dictate. I just want a damn dog.
Yeah, I guess from the outside it might look stupid, but when you're in the middle of it, it doesn't feel stupid. It feels critically important. It feels like if this doesn't go my way, nothing's going to go my way in life, and I'm going to be miserable forever. You honestly feel that way. Is it stupid? Okay, again, in retrospect, afterward, looking at it from the outside, yeah. But when you're in the middle of it, no, it really does feel like that.
All right, Michael Venus here, 661-327-5100. That's the Marriage and Family Center, or check them out on Psychology Today. It's on 94.1. On 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley. It's Romeo. Michael Venus here from the Marriage and Family Center. You go 661-327-5100 is Michael's phone number. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning.
Okay, I wanted to ask you, Michael, about, I wrote it down, no, I can't read. We talk about relationships all the time. When it comes to, you and your spouse, you and your romantic partner. And then you have these friendships. You've had friends who have been together for decades, right? And for some reason, it appears to me that there are so many people out there that will never treat the friend the way that they treat their spouse. Mm-hmm. If we have a relationship, you and I have been friends, Michael, for a long time. You and your spouse have been together a long time. I would not expect you to treat me any different than you treat her or treat... Do you see what I'm saying, Michael? But yet, we give our friends more leeway. We give our friends more respect. Then we do our own spouses. Why is that?
Well,
is that the wrong question to ask you?
The people who I've read who kind of studied that question come up with an answer that's not very satisfying. That's kind of doesn't put humanity in a very good light. Uh-huh. But they sort of point to the obligatory nature of the long-term relationship or marriage. That it's like, well, we share a house. We're in this. We're stuck with each other, so I can get away with it, kind of thing. It's like, I don't have to be with my friends. If I'm a jerk to them, I'll lose my friends. They'll just go on to other friends. They won't hang out with me. But if I'm a jerk to my partner, they'll still be there in the morning because they live there. And that's not very, it's just not, it doesn't say very good things about us as a species. So I'd rather say, I don't know. I don't know. We take it for granted. The things that we're around the most, it's sort of like our senses kind of accustomized to things, right? You're in a room and there's a smell, but in 10 minutes there isn't a smell.
Yeah.
So you just get used to it.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we kind of do a similar thing with romantic partners in that we just start to take them for granted. We just start to kind of like tune them out a little bit. Like, well, they're just always there, just part of the background.
Sure.
But our friends, we only see every now and then, so it sort of renews that sense of connection. Or something. I don't know, but for whatever reason we sometimes lose our perspective.
Yeah. All right, Michael Bean, the Marriage and Family Center, 661-327-5100. Michael, we're going to get you out of here. I know you got appointments to deal with, so we will talk to you next Thursday. We good?
That sounds great.
All right, I'll talk to you then. Michael Bean, Marriage and Family Center. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, bro? How you doing, man?
I'm doing fabulous. What's going on?
Hey, man, check this out, man. That best friend and husband and wife thing, man, I had a very traumatic experience in regards to that, man. I was married for roughly about 17 years, and my wife had never been my best friend, man. Never been my best friend, man. I wanted to always be me and her.
Okay.
So, like me and her against the world, right?
Okay.
She did girl trips about 3 or 4 times a year. Turns out, she was having affairs every time she went and did those trips. I kind of knew what was going on. I kind of smelled what the rock was cooking. But I was just like kind of setting my own self, thinking that this was going to play out because we came from players. She was a player, I was a player, but we still went on ahead and we got married. And I thought that, by the grace of God, that eventually it would all come to a hold. But she kept on going, and it turns out that not only was she having an affair on those girls trips, she also was having an affair with my partner and my best friend. In fact, they made a movie about it, and I starred in the movie. It just so happened, I'm writing a book right now. I'm on my last chapter. The name of the book is called Trauma's Betrayal, A Beautiful Awakening. And I want to say this from my experience, man. If you have a husband or if you have a wife, man, y'all should be best friends. It should be you and him or him and her against everybody else. Rome, I was married for 17 years, man, and I don't even know what real love feels like, man. I don't know what it's like to have a woman or a wife as a best friend, man. And it broke me. It broke me because I have a loyal love inside myself, right? A loyal love inside myself, and I thought to myself, God, why would you do me like that?
Hey, let me ask you a question. Let me just ask you this question, okay, about, I understand your concept, and I don't know that I disagree with it at all, but what happens if you have a problem that you need to talk to? You think your wife should be the one that is able to deal with every situation that you have, even if it's something with her? You shouldn't have a third party to talk to about things that would, maybe upset your wife, or maybe difficult conversations that you can't have with her. Because if she's your best friend, then who else are you going to talk to?
Well, see, that's the problem, man. I don't have an experience with having her as my best friend, but had she been my best friend, I would think that she would be the one that would talk me down. She would be the one that would comfort me. She would be the one that would motivate me.
That's fair.
Me.
That's fair. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, brother. All right, man. And you're really writing a book?
Yeah, man.
That's awesome.
Hey, man, when I get done with the book, man, I'm definitely going to hit you up and shoot you a copy, dog.
Yeah, I'd like to check that out.
Perfect. All about the movie they put me in, man. It's crazy.
That's awesome, man. All right, well, movie. What movie?
I called you probably about a year ago about the movie, man. It's called Hypno.
Oh,
Hypno.
yeah.
Hypno, man. And then I was sparked about being in the movie, man, but it turns out that director of that movie, he's been having an affair with my wife for like the last 20 years.
Oh, my God, bro. All right, well, you get it together. Send me that book when you get done, all right?
Absolutely, 100%.
All right, man.
I will.
Have a good one, man. Later.
You too, bro. Thanks.
He does bring up a real point, though, about best friends, right? I mean, there's a lot of you out there that believe your spouse should be your best friend. I am not one of those people. I believe that you should like your spouse, love your spouse, respect your spouse. But you should have somebody else that you can talk to openly and honestly that has your back. Because sometimes you cannot have conversations with your spouse. Now, I could be wrong about that. Michael Bean always says you should be able to talk to your spouse about anything. Hot 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valleys, Romeo. I want to talk a little bit about your kids and how much money your kids cost you, or what's the most expensive thing your kids have ever cost you, right? I was thinking about this the other day because I was at a buddy of mine's house and I stopped by for a little bit and we're sitting in the garage and I'm looking at a baseball bag and it had a couple of bats hanging out of it and it was big. And his son's 10-year-old son. I think he's a 10-year-old son. Well, he plays baseball. And I go, man, that's a nice setup your kid's got there for baseball. He goes, yeah, he's now in this travel league. I go, where's he at right now? He goes, oh, he's over at some conditioning center. Apparently they got baseball practice centers for kids. Now, I played baseball when I was 10 on an Indian reservation. When we showed up for practice, and we didn't practice year round, but when we showed up for practice, the coach had a bag full of stuff. The catcher's gear, the bats. I mean, we had to have our own gloves, the ball, but the coach just showed up with a bag and we used whatever the coach had. This kid had 2 bats. My buddy goes, yeah, and the bats were like $260 each. 10-year-old kid with $500 in baseball bats, 2 of them. And I don't even ask him what it costs for him to go to this training center, which is crazy to me. It's just crazy, right? All right. So it got me to thinking, and then obviously he was telling me about how they travel to different cities all the time. And I knew it went on. I knew that you guys, you got travel volleyball teams and soccer teams and baseball teams. And so I was trying to think about when I was a kid, and I called my dad and I asked him, I go, what cost you the most, Pop, for me? And believe it or not, I didn't realize it, but I used to race BMX bikes. I raced BMX bikes from high school. Oh no, when I was 10, nothing cost me because they provided everything for you, but we didn't have year round. We went from football to basketball to baseball, and that's just how it is. But there was a period in my life in high school when I started racing BMX bikes that cost a little bit of cash, right? A couple thousand a month because I had to go out of town once a month. And so we raced every weekend. So yeah, it was a little bit of an expense, he says. But it's crazy to me, the amount of money that is spent on children. Now, I guess when you're a kid, you don't think about it, right? I never really thought about the conversation until I talked to my buddy. He was telling me about this travel ball his boys. And then I was talking to my dad about what my dad had to pay for me to travel, and what it cost. You don't really think about it. But my gosh, how much money are you spending on your kids? And I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just crazy to me. I mean, what's the budget for your kids? I mean, what are you guys spending on them? Already 42547 It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valleys. Romeo, it's funny. I was at my boy's house the other day, and he was showing me his kid, 10-year-old kid, right? Kid wasn't there because he was at batting practice or somewhere like that. I don't even remember some sort of training facility. I guess Bakersfield got a couple training facilities for ball players, kids, and he was showing me these bats, I think he said $260 a bat. It's wild, right? I can only imagine what it cost him to travel out of town. And how many weekends does that cost you? Food, hotel stay, I don't know, whatever else that consists of. I don't know. All right, 84254-7 got me to thinking how much you're spending on your kids right now, right? Hey, yo, Rome, my son is 5 playing in 8U. Bought the new Hype Fire for him. And his 10-year-old sister, both bats cost us $985. They play all year round, so they'll get the use out of it. To put all 6 kids in baseball each season, 12 games is $650. That's with a discount. Wow, that's wild, man. That's a lot, man. $985 for bats? Bruh. When I played ball on the reservation, boy, my man just showed up with a bat. Whoever was coaching the team showed up with a bat and a T-shirt. And that was our team. We got that little, you guys remember that 3/4 inch sleeve, that 3/4 sleeve that was one color and the shirt was white with the red 3/4 or the blue, depending on what team you were on. That's a lot of money, man. Now, look, I'm not sitting there saying hey, Bob, you mom and dads can afford it, and that's what your kids are into. God bless you for supporting your children. It's just wild to me that's what, it's just wild to me, the type of money, man. That's crazy. RD4254-7-7. What are your kids costing you? It's I-94.1. I-94.1, the rhythm of the valleys. Romeo, RD4254-7-7. My buddy was showing me a couple of bats. I guess he bought his boy. 10-year-old boy. He spent like $500-$600 for 2 bats because he plays in some travel league, I guess. That's crazy to me. So I don't even know what else it cost him to travel, right? What does a baseball glove cost? RD4254-7-7. Rome. It's a new era. My daughter plays fast pitch travel ball from a team out of Los Angeles area, and her bats alone are $4.99. She has 3. Why do you need 3 baseball bats? Only that she, let's see, her cleats are over 100, and they don't last but 2-3 months for sure. It would eat up your savings account, and having to travel every weekend, going as far as Tennessee to play Colorado, Arizona. It's crazy nowadays. But hey, if your kid is talented and they stick to it, possibly full ride to college to play softball and academics. That's great. I mean, I'm not discouraging you. Okay. I'm not even judging you. To me, that's just a lot of money, man. That's crazy to me how much money that cost. I'm not, but hey, God bless you. If it's keeping your kids on the right path, if you get her done. I have a buddy. My buddy's kid lives in Kona, Hawaii, Kona. And his boy plays basketball. He's pretty good at it. But these kids are traveling all over the place. All the time they got to get off that island and go fly somewhere to Seattle or Nashville or Vegas or somewhere. I mean, that's a pretty penny right there, right? RD4254-7-7. Like I said, how much are you spending on your kids? What are you spending it on? $300 a bat? Yeah, $300 a bat. That's what my boy's paying. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. All right, so it was funny. We were talking about spending money on your kids, man. How much do your kids cost you nowadays? They're expensive. The reason this came up is because a friend of mine, he's got a 10-year-old boy. I guess he plays travel baseball. And I was over at the house the other day, and I was noticing in his garage he had a couple of baseball bats. He was telling me they were like $260-something a piece. And that's a lot of money for 2. And you got 2 of them? I mean, that's crazy to me. RD4254-7-7. Yo, Rome. Oh, big boy, what'd you say here, Rome? Hey, the boys' high school gloves for next year, approximately $375 each glove. Dang, big boy, that's $750 in gloves and 2 gloves. That's crazy, man. That's wild. But big boy got big dollars. He'll be good. But is that just for high school? What if they play travel ball, big boy? Then you're going to have to go out of town every weekend? Because do these travel teams go out of town every weekend? Or how does that even work? That's wild to me, man. That is wild. RD4254-7-7. Hey, Ro, my daughter plays basketball. She's one of the top players in Bakersfield for junior high. Pair of shoes cost $180. It's crazy how expensive stuff is. I remember playing baseball when I was younger, and we got all of our equipment from our cousin hand-me-downs or the Goodwill. Yeah, bro. When I played baseball, when I was on the reservation, we played baseball, football, and basketball. We never bought any equipment. All the equipment was given to us. It was crazy. And my shoes for basketball were Chuck Taylor's. That's what I wore for basketball. RD4254-7-7, man. The money you spend on kids is wild now. What did you say? Hey, by the way, I'm almost 60 years old. Okay. When I was a kid, Rome, we didn't have jerseys. We would pick a number, then write it with a Sharpie. Some of the kids caught caught barehanded, and we shared one bat. And I'm 60 years old. That's wild. That's what I was saying. When I was a kid, man, they just showed up with like 3 or 4 bats and a couple extra gloves for the kids that didn't have one. Man, things have changed. Already 42547 How much are you spending on your kid? What's it costing you nowadays? It's Romeo. It's 4.1, the rhythm of the valleys. Romeo, we're talking about these kids, man. What are you spending on your kids right now, right? Already 42547 Hey, Rome, well, it's the parents. They get caught up in keeping up with the Joneses. Back in the day when I was a little league, I was hitting the ball out the park with a bat from Kmart. Well, I mean, look, man, I'm going to be honest with you, okay? And I'm not going to hate because it's different times, man. Different times is different times. And if that's what it is, then that's what it is. You know, kids cost more. Kids have, kids will cost you some cash and whatever it is that they're doing. But, my boy just sent me, it says, too damn much. Golf is expensive. Yeah, my boy just sent me because he got two kids that look like they're playing golf right now. So them golf tournaments, man, they got to travel. I don't know. I mean, the golf clubs last you a while. Golf balls can run you a little pretty penny. But yeah, that travel, man, it's that travel. You got these kids that are in these travel sports, man. I can understand how it can cost a lot. Already 42547. So what are your kids? Good morning, Hal. What's going on?
Good morning, Romeo.
Hey, what's up?
At least the bat gets some use. I put my daughter in ROTC her freshman year thinking like, hey, she's not going to like it. It's going to straighten her up. Whatever. This girl loved it. So come around their ball time, they have to buy a dress.
Oh, yeah.
$500 for a dress that you're only going to wear one time? And we got to do this every year? What? No, at least these kids get usage out of the bats and stuff.
Oh, come on. It's only once a year. All you got to do is not go to Starbucks like 3 times like 4 times in a month, and you'll save enough for that dress.
Single mom right here. That means I couldn't get my nails done because I got to spend it all on my baby girl.
Well, see, that's a good mom right there. You a good mom. Don't worry. You have plenty of time to grab you a man when she's out of high school.
And she is. This was on these last 4 years. Okay, she's grown already, and she still costs me money. And she has her own job. Trust me, your daughter. This is my only daughter. They're always expensive. They're going to be expensive even when they're grown up.
Hey, what's your nails look like right now?
My nails are done. My nails are done.
There you go. See, you got it all. You did it all. You were single mom. Your baby got everything, and you got your nails done. So don't be complaining.
I'm just complaining about how much a dress is. I couldn't believe that.
That's hilarious. $500 do seem a lot for a dress, but how many years ago was that?
Her last year there was 3 years ago.
But they didn't have Timo back then? Where's it?
No, I'm not going to buy my daughter no cheap-ass dress. That's one thing I'm not going to do. That's my
awesome.
only daughter. She looks good on all 4 of her years, so I'm not going to go cheap.
That's great.
Have to.
That's great. Hey, thanks for calling. I appreciate it. That's awesome. Already 42547. It's out of 4. Hot 94.1, the rhythm in the valleys. Romeo, RD 42547. Yo, Rome. All these people talking about how much money they're spending on their kids for sports equipment or for travel teams. Those guys are just idiots, man. Why would you waste that kind of money? It's not. You know what the problem is? And I've told you this before. The best thing I've ever heard from somebody, it was from... not the best thing, but one of the best things I've ever heard from somebody was from Malcolm and Eddie. Eddie Griffith. Eddie Griffith? Yeah, he said one time, I was listening to him, and he said one time, I got 8 kids. Whole audience just went, ooh. And he said, look, don't judge my ability to take care of my kids based on your pocketbook. And that's what you're doing right now. Don't do that. Look, man, if these parents can afford for their kids to do this, whether the parents believe they're going to become the next, Shohei Ohtani, or whether they believe they're going to become the next whatever in that sport or get a college education out of it, whatever the case may be, who cares? If they can afford it and in whatever it is, If they can afford it, then let them afford it. You know? I have a friend who's got a 16-year-old boy, right? And he, no, maybe he's 15. Anyway, he's a sophomore, whatever you are, a sophomore in high school, right? And he came home and told his mom and dad, hey, I want to, can I get some better clothes? I'm going to start dressing better. And his mom and dad said, of course you can. So mom took him out, bought him some shirts. Shirts were like, a couple of the shirts were in the $200 range, you know, and shirts can get expensive. I know. Or $100 shirts. Just regular old button-up shirts that look like, you know, whatever. I don't know. Start have an M on them. I don't know who that guy is. But the point being is, the logic for his mom and dad was, hey, he wants to look better. That'll make him feel better. And we can afford it. So don't be hating. For those of you out there hating, thinking, oh, that's ridiculous. If these parents can afford to take care of their kids in that manner, and if these and this is what they want to do, then let them be. How did Eddie Griffith say? Don't be judging someone's ability to raise their kids on your pocketbook. RD4254-7-7. Rome. My kids are in cross country and track. Good running shoes start at $180. I know. That's how much I pay for running shoes. Spikes are $200 and up. Both my kids go through 2 pairs of running shoes a month. Pair of spikes last a month. If I'm lucky, in the last month, I've spent a G on shoes. Well, but that's what your kids do, right? That's good. That's good that you can do that for your children. You know? I was looking at some billionaire, I guess Brooklyn Beckham, if I remember the story correct, either married some girl or his girlfriend or whoever she is. Her dad is a billionaire, gives her $1 million a month allowance. Now, I don't know how old she is, but if you got that kind of money that you can afford $1 million a month in allowance for your kid, then who cares? You know, don't be jealous. Don't be a hater. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo, RD4254-7-7. I want to talk about spending money on your kids, right? I mean, how much does it cost you? Kids are expensive, and that's okay. If you can afford it, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it, even if you can't afford it. You know what I'm saying? But these travel teams, man, my buddy's been telling me about these travel teams and how much it's costing him. You know, just the bats alone were $260 a piece, and now I'm listening to some of you guys tell me about how much shoes cost and baseball mitts, and I can't even imagine, you know, how many times you're out of town a weekend. It's kind of crazy, actually, huh? Hey, Rome, my kids aren't involved in sports or anything, and every time they show any sign of interest in something, whether it's a sport, arts or crafts, or something, whether it's arts and crafts or something, I go all out for them just to keep them off electronics. But they always drift away from it. But it's all right because I keep them busy, and most things are either resale-able or something that I can also use. Some stuff gets expensive, but it's about investing into your kid's life. It's fun. And if you can't afford it, great. If you can't afford it, great. If you can't, then you might do something in your own way. But don't something my parenting if I'm spending X amount of money on something that might not make any sense to you. Yeah, I agree with that. Because that happens in everybody has what they will spend money on. Okay. And everybody has what they'll go cheap on. I have some, and then you sit there and say, well, I would never spend that much money on that. Well, okay, I wouldn't spend that much money on what you spend your money on. Well, we just have different ideas of where we want to spend our money. And for those of you out there that are spending your money on your kids, there's nothing wrong with that. And I agree 100%. When I was a kid, we had 3 options: football, basketball, baseball. That was our only options on the reservation. That's all we had, were those 3 sports, okay? And we either played them or we didn't play them. That was it, all right? Now you got all these other options. You got travel ball. You guys have so many options for your kids, whether it be art classes, whether it be gymnastics, whether it be theater, whether it be whatever it is. And what I'm learning now is that the schools, when I was in school, school paid for everything. You know, everything we did, the school provided everything for us, or the recreation department. But then again, I lived on a reservation, so the reservation had money for the kids. So, but nowadays, it seems like you moms and dads have to come out of pocket more. But there's nothing wrong with that. Support your kids. Let them try everything till they find out what they like. All right, it's 842-547-7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Talking about spending money on your kids, right? How much does it cost you? 842-547-7. Hey, Romeo, I just heard you say what you said about having your kids try everything. My son is 37 years old. He's an engineer in the oil fields just like me. If you go to my shed right now, you will find musical instruments. You will find tennis rackets. You will find golf clubs. You will find basketballs, footballs. You will find baseball gloves and bats. You will find just about anything. I even got skateboards and bikes. My son tried it all and ended up being an engineer in the oil fields like me. But you know what? I got all of his stuff, and he had a great childhood. And that's all you can do as a parent. Pretty much enough said, right? All right, 842-547-7. How much did you spend on it all? That's what I want to know. Hey, good morning, Rome. It's Gilrod here. I like what you said. If you have the money, just buy the kids what they need, especially if it's for sports. Well, it could be for anything. I mean, what if they want to try art? There's a lady who has an art studio that gives kids art classes. I mean, they might want to play tennis, or they might want to play, I mean, sports, that's a sport, but I mean, they might want to do theater, I mean, I don't know what else kids do nowadays, but, at least give them the opportunity to try it. And maybe they lie. You never know. They might be the next big thing in something you don't even know about until your kid comes home and says, hey, Dad, can I try this? Mom, can I try that? You just never know. Hold up, Rome. Why are these parents complaining about? Why are these parents complaining about? Them kids are a tax write-off. That's why you save your receipts. Well, there you go. It's a tax write-off. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valleys. Romeo. All right, we talk about spending money on your kids, man. What do they cost you? Good morning, Hot. What's going on?
Hey, Romeo. So you're talking about what we spend money for our kids, right?
Yeah.
So this is your video game buddy, and I'm sure video game stuff gets pretty expensive these days. And I got lucky because I actually gave my son my old equipment. So it was a $2,000 computer, $200 keyboard, $500 headset.
Whoa! $500 for a headset?
Yeah, Romeo, you got to hear what's going on.
Damn, I've been doing radio for 30 years. You know how much my headphones cost me? $10. That's wild, man.
Yeah, and here's the crazy part. Now multiply that about 20, because I'm going to start working for an after-school esports program and run it for some underprivileged kids here in town. So now multiply all that cost by 20.
Well, that's awesome, brother. That's good, man. So yeah, that kid could be the next something. I know a kid who was into gaming. Somehow he got a job flying drones for some company.
Oh yeah, man. You can get full ride scholarships to all kinds of different colleges nowadays.
Really?
It's UC Irvine has like a 15,000 square foot dedicated esports facility. So some of these kids, some of these kids are going to have access to some stuff here in town pretty soon. And like you said, the parents don't have to put anything in it because it's going to be me and the school providing and taking care of all that.
When that gets started, call me, let me know, because all these dumbass parents out here getting mad because your kids are on video games. Look at what's going on now. They might be able to go to school.
Yes, sir. I'm going to get their grades up. I'm going to get some scholarships, all that
That's
good
awesome.
stuff.
That's awesome, brother. Hey, thanks for calling.
You too, Romeo.
Later, man. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Support them. You kids are over here fighting technology, fighting video games. And my man here made a living, made real money playing video games for esports and that type of situation, right? I mean, look at it. You guys got to support your kids instead of fighting with them about what you think is a traditional hobby now, or a traditional whatever you want to call it. RD42547-7. It's on 94.1. Your kids for whatever they want to try to do or they're involved in. Hey, Rome, what do you think about all these kids doing all these sports, traveling, and their parents are all on social media trying to get donations, selling stuff? Are they too over their head, or is it cool? Because I help every now and then. What do you think? I think that this is what I think about that. If they're trying to do something to make some money to help them out for their cause, for their kid, why you mad? I mean, I don't think you're mad. I'm just saying I think that's fine. You do it when you. I mean, look at it like this, okay? You got these moms and dads that are doing whatever it takes to put a roof over their kid's head and put food on that table, right? They don't give a damn. There are even moms and dads out there that won't eat so their kids can eat, and they're doing whatever they have to. What's the difference, man? You're doing whatever you have to get your kid to whatever that baseball game or that soccer game or whatever, whatever that, so they can succeed in life in some aspect. Then no, I don't have a problem with it. I remember I was sitting at where was I? I was at like a Me and Ed's or somewhere. I was at a pizza parlor, and I think if I remember correctly, this little girl walks in, and she's selling raffle tickets. And she's selling raffle tickets for, I think she was going to the Worlds. I think she raced BMX bikes, and she was going to the Worlds. And so she says I guess the owner had, whoever's at Me and Ed's had said they would buy some. So she was stopping back by. And I had been sitting there having a beer, and I said, what are you selling those tickets for? And she told me, I'm going to go to the Worlds. I'm trying to raise money so I can go to the World BMX. I said, you know what, give me a few of those. I don't know how much they were, $20 or whatever. I don't even know what they were giving away. I didn't even know what I was buying a raffle ticket to win. But she just wanted to make money to get wherever she was trying to go for her sport. I didn't care. I probably left the raffle tickets on the counter at the restaurant. I knew I wasn't going to win because I never win a raffle. But you know what? That little girl was trying to get where she had to go. And if parents are doing that for their kids, then yeah, support them if you can. Why would you not? All right, 842-547-7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valleys. Romeo. Hey, Rome, have you heard of Max Alexander? Youngest fashion designer. Started at 3 or 4. No, I never heard of him. I mean, but if that's what your kid wants, man, get them involved, man. Let them, help them out, support them with that. I don't know what does it cost to get into fashion design. I don't know anything about that, but that's all I'm saying, man. You guys spend money. And that's why when my buddy was telling me about how much money he spends on his kids, to play baseball, 10-year-old kid to play baseball on whatever travel and all the. I guess there's these places he goes to practice every day or whatever the case may be. I think there's one of those places over by that Turner Sports over there off of Allen. But yeah, I mean, support him, man. Whether it's a sport, a lot of you guys think it's only a sport. Just like my man, the esports guy who calls up. He's from Bakersfield. He's playing esports. Man, it keeps him focused. It keeps him on point. No matter what it is, whether it's theater, whether it's a sport, whether it's an arts and crafts, whatever it is, right? But you parents got to support him, and I know. And if you got the money, spend it. Whether it's band or whatever, just do it. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1.